If you are starting to set your goals and resolutions for a new phase in your life, if you're looking for something and trying to define what you call success, then you are in the right place. One, judging others. Constantly judging others and doing comparisons will actually sabotage your success and wealth. Constantly comparing and judging. The behavior of judgment is a behavior of pride. It calls for looking to our own stock of knowledge, assembling a couple of facts, figures, or fantasies, and mustering up some kind of answer or solution to a given problem or state of affairs. Only too often it's the incorrect solution or answer, and because of pride, we reject correcting course. Judging other people is a behavior of massive pride, tremendous pride, colossal pride, galling, amazing, grotesque pride. This should be emphasized. When you render judgment on some other person, you've taken upon yourself an amazing responsibility for arriving at the right judgment. Because, after all, your judgment isn't essential. All things, large and little, invite your judgment. The status of the weather, political affairs, the taste of your food, a TV show, at every minute of the day, something or other is asking for your judgment of it. And so often, and so willingly, you deliver it, without being cognizant of the results, without taking care of the responsibilities implicated. You judge, and then to make affairs worse, you trust in your judgment. You've viewed the evidence, you've arrived at a judgment, it must be correct. There could not possibly be any other determination to arrive at but the one you've chosen, could there? What you do not see, do not comprehend, is that your judgment can lead to hurt, your own hurt. It doesn't touch the individual judged, he or she is unhampered by you and your views and your judgments. You can't alter their behavior by even a hair's breadth by your judgment. Funny though that this is how a lot of minds operate, perpetually comparing and judging others. How are they doing? Are they prettier? Are their biceps larger? Are they richer? And is their automobile larger? This mentality is a bottomless pit, we can never get satisfaction in it. Our net worth grows by $20,000, it may make us ecstatic. But before long, we see Joe from across the street, his automobile is still larger. He has what we have, however, he got it all at a younger age. So we resume our conflict. It never stops, we proceed from thousandaire to millionaire, and then soon after, we believe that's not adequate, now we want to be a billionaire. When I started in the business years ago, I was perpetually comparing myself to other people, and it made me really upset. My techniques were better than the other novices, and that made me feel fine. But they had more team members than I did, and I resented that. My website was better, I wrote better, and that made me proud. But I had a lot of fear to get over, and I despised it when I saw the other people fearlessly recruit. This ceaseless comparison is the cause of much of our disquiet. But if you look closely, if you're honest, there's a different component involved. This mentality hinges upon the subduing of others. For us to be superior, to be considered a success, other people have to go wrong, to be inferior. I'm not saying that we shouldn't aspire to goals, or reach for excellence in our chosen field. I don't believe it's even incorrect to want to be rich. But there's a pernicious difference between aspiring to be good and aspiring to be better than other people, aspiring to be rich and aspiring to be richer than other people. 2. Stop wasting energy. Your energy and thoughts are much better spent on other things than comparing and judging your personal wealth. Use your thoughts better. Does your definition of success and wealth include the failure of those around you? Desiring a business that brings in money is really different from desiring a business that brings in the most money. Desiring to be a good author is different from desiring to be the finest author. It's very hard, if not impossible, to be jealous and happy at the same time. The more often we compare ourselves to other people, the more we expose ourselves to likely unfavorable comparisons. Over-comparing ourselves to others can leave us chronically vulnerable, jeopardized, and insecure. I frankly seldom ever compare myself to other people I know. I can forever find somebody that brings in more money, has a nicer website, publishes more and higher quality content, and teaches better than me. Alternatively, I center on trying to identify the objective standard of performance that I need to accomplish to remain competitive in the marketplace. I recognize how much I need to publish and how well I need to instruct to be able to find another position if I wanted one. I'm only concerned with the performance of others in as much as I may be able to learn something from them that could better my own operation. And when things go wrong, we simply have to get over it and progress. But how you move on is vital. Reflection and regret are a waste of effort as well. Learn to view what you think are shortcomings as an enormous opportunity to learn. Not doing so well is a signal that there's a gap between where we are and where we need to be. Learning to accept the creative tension these gaps give us is the key to continuous learning and betterment. A long time ago, I was sounding off to my friend about how other people were doing better than me. "Why to bother with them?" he responded. "Just do your own thing. Just continue applying and learning, and you'll do hunky-dory." How truthful. A comparison is a waste of energy. It causes nothing to help our attempts, and we're simply pouring energy and time into all these worthless endeavors. Whatever you're applying yourself to, merely center on doing it well. Center on the only step you are able to take, the one you're taking now. Blank out the past, blank out the future, blank out the other people. I came upon a story some time ago, one that's probably wrong if you ask a developmental psychologist, but it demonstrates a point well. If infants could compare, then only a humble percentage of us would be walking as grown-ups, the rest would have quit years ago. When babies discover how to crawl, walk, and run, they're strictly centered on the act itself. They don't look around and compare, and get down in the mouth. That baby is more precious, that baby is already walking, and look. That one is already running. Stop wasting your energy. 2. The byproducts of success. Wealth is really a byproduct. Aiming for the right things. Success stands for the here and now. This is the comic thing: if we do not aim for acknowledgement and financial rewards, they're far more probable to come. Toll stated it perfectly: fame and prosperity are commonly the byproducts of success. But they're not success itself. Success is adding quality into the very action you're taking right now. Quality implies bringing the maximum care and attention to every action. You should know that the here and now is the only moment we have, and consequently, success plainly comes from putting our heart into whatever we're doing right now. This was something I fought to comprehend, so maybe it would be easier to view the opposite. How many of us are adding quality to our work? On a routine level, our minds are always disordered. Even as I write this, I'm thinking about lunch, I'm rubbing my neck, I'm looking forward to getting out this evening. On a richer level, many individuals plainly hate what they're doing. They merely go through the motions. Money is their common motivation, there's no delight in what they do. Other people are perpetually working through their ego. They work to establish that they're brighter, better, more established. They want to look good in front of their peers. Others pollute their work with petty squabbling, backstabbing, and controversy. So many ways. Our attention is forever being pulled in this and that direction, never centered. A light bulb, and not a torch, how can quality come out of that? If this is you, then merely find something else, something you are able to throw yourself wholeheartedly into. However, this is easy to say, hard to accomplish. If you can't leave, then do your best to alter your mental attitude, let your actions come from a state of acceptance, of non-resistance. This deficiency of quality is apparent even in things we take for mundane. I recollect a few years ago when I was eating out while traveling. We ordered a local treat, a hodgepodge of vegetables dipped in a spicy sauce. A simple affair to make, just chopping up and mixing, but my friend glowered as he watched the food being fixed. "She's putting no heart in it. She detests her job. I doubt it will taste good," he said. And he was correct. Success, then, derives from being intensely centered in the here and now, placing whatever action you're doing into your very life purpose. But isn't there all of the time a different purpose to everything we do? When I work, even if I love it, isn't making the bills a part of it? Everything else is just a secondary purpose, one that does not have to take up any unneeded attention. I'm walking to the kitchen to get myself a cup of java. The java is inferior, the act of walking itself is my chief purpose. The worth of this is obvious. If I leave on a date, my secondary purpose may be to charm the other person into a relationship. But if I was to be amply present and enjoying myself, having fun, that instant will be infused with as much quality and joy as imaginable, making the secondary purpose far more plausible. 4. Social pressure and success. Do you get the whole concept of success, or are you just going by what someone else tells you? Social pressure. As unusual as it may appear, success, one of the most popular conceptions in our contemporary world, is the hardest thing to comprehend for many individuals. Perhaps that would be the chief rationality for not catching on to the concept at all. Perhaps because the core definition of success is so blurry we have a grueling time identifying a successful result. What is success to you? What is the final touch that defines a successful lifestyle? If you began to question even for a blink of an eye about the answer to that question, I wager you have troubles in relishing in your life. I know I did. I fought for years with the socially rendered concepts of success and tested a lot of routes in order to accomplish those, some of the times I even fought back, states of success. It virtually took me a long time, years in fact, to comprehend the nitty-gritty meaning of success. It's hard to comprehend that because a lot of the definitions of success and wealth are socially brought forth and every one of them connotes some artificial link between you and the other people. In order to be successful, you have to be recognized by someone else. You require proof, and most of the time you need someone else to tell you that you are a successful human being. That is unusual. That's the incorrect method, to be told you are successful, to require outside validation methods. Being successful should be something that comes the other way around, from inside. The modernistic society puts such enormous pressure on being popular. Success is oftentimes defined by the number of individuals that have heard about you. Being recognized is enough of a success for a lot of individuals, even if this popularity has no rendered value associated with it. Even if you do something that is completely in unison with your inner values, you have to correspond to a set of standardized principles in order to accomplish success. In modernistic society, income and recognition are amidst the most significant success definitions. You may be a complete and accomplished individual, yet if you don't have mountains of money or you're not quite a popular figure, you're not going to be accepted as a successful person. There is no rule that states that you must adhere to this way of thinking. Build your own definition of success. 5. Constructing success. You can build your own path to success. Get on the right path. Attempting to work with a ready-made definition of success, without first comprehending what those definitions mean to you, as an individual, is like constructing a household from a broken foundation. You may know from your heart how to construct your household, but you'll be forced to begin building on a broken foundation. Your dream household may be built any way you want, but it will go to pieces one of these days, because of the broken foundation. And so, from this broken foundation, every measure towards success will be a painful and difficult step in order to accomplish something that you don't even understand. You'll find yourself combat ready to attain money even if you have enough for your needs, or you'll begin to make compromises in order to be hailed as a popular individual. As a matter of fact, you'll start to get out of sync with what you require. You'll begin doing things you don't even comprehend. You'll begin to feel bad about what you're doing. And the most significant thing is that once successful, you'll experience a complete and unendurable feeling of emptiness and frustration. You have something that you did not even want first of all. And what you genuinely wanted is not there any longer, leaving you empty and sorry. All of this because you protested your inner being. You buckled under to ready-made success precepts, without comprehending the most significant part, what you genuinely want. What makes you pleased. What you are able to offer in a unique and fulfilling way. Everything begins to lighten when you're doing things you enjoy. Those things will most probably not be giving you millions of dollars. I just recognized that's not a rule, by the way. They may give you as well millions of dollars, it's simply not a rule that you'll in reality need millions of dollars in order to express yourself to your full potential and achieve success. If those matters are totally and truthfully filling your existence, they will lead you to success in any event. Everything you like to do is a substantial foundation. Everything that feels good to be done is a warranty that you'll make yourself pleased, sometimes. Everything that you do without effort is a promise of undoubtable success. The true joy of life always comes from inside. The true need for success always comes from you to the other people, not the other way around. Whenever you need a bit much proof that what you're doing is right, you're going away from your own navigation tools, setting course on someone else's path. You'll collapse, one of these days. You must set your own path and define your own success and meaning of wealth. 6. Tips for building the right foundation. In order to construct your own success, you must have the right foundation. The right start. What does success imply to you? For a few individuals, being successful merely entails having a lot of money. While for a few other individuals, being successful means experiencing a beneficial relationship, fine health, or doing a bang-up job in a career. Irrespective of how you specify success, there must be a primary definition deep in your brain. You understand precisely what you want to accomplish in your life. And if you accomplish it in your life, you will be considered a success. Before you are able to accomplish the success you desire in your life, you need to understand the core factor that specifies what you do to make you successful. It is this core element that will drive you into making the correct decision and taking the right action. And this core factor is your burning desire. You first of all need to have an idea of what you desire or what you want in your life. If you do not even understand what you desire in your life, how are you going to accomplish it? Once you have discovered what you really and truly want to accomplish in your life, just implement these 4 easy steps in some manner and your dreams will have a better chance of coming true. 1. Build up and beef up your belief system. You have to trust it before you can accomplish it. If you want to become a millionaire and drive a BMW 5 Series, then trust that it is imaginable for you to accomplish it first. 2. The second step is to set a clear goal. Goal setting is among the most powerful tools that can help you to accomplish what you want in your life. Write down your goals on a piece of paper, carry it every place with you, and review your goals day to day. 3. Acquire techniques on how you are able to achieve your goals. Goals will keep you focused on your road to your success. Techniques are what you need to acquire in order to make your goals come true. Sit down and brainstorm for a minute, think about what strategies and action steps you need to take to make your goals come true. 4. Take uniform action according to your strategies. Once you have written down your goals and your techniques, take massive and uninterrupted action day after day. The key here is consistency and persistence. You will discover yourself moving closer toward your goals each and daily. By following all of the 4 steps mentioned above, you will be able to accomplish whatever you want in your life. And don't forget that you need to discover what you really want to accomplish in your life before you are able to accomplish it. Find out the burning desire that keeps you going and you will finally achieve the great success that you want. 7. Success from within. Have you settled for what others have told you success is? Finding your inner success. There's a science behind every psychological facet that rules our mind. Celebrated philosophers and psychologists have often attempted to explain particular theories and science that rule different parts of our lives. Being comfortable within yourself is also one of the sciences that invite happiness. Every single thought in our brain is like an energy that helps in drawing in events to our life. We act as a magnet that pulls in things from our surroundings. If you think positively, you'll invite positive outcomes in your life, and if you tend to be very negative, naturally that will attract negative events in your life. While you need to be positive in life, it's also crucial that you should be very transparent and not tentative about your thoughts. Most individuals admire and respect strong persons, who have won great success by demonstrating willpower and self-discipline. They look up to individuals who, with sheer self-control, self-discipline and ambition, have bettered their life, learned new skills, overcame difficulties and hardships, reduced their weight, climbed high in their chosen field, or advanced on the spiritual path. The reality is that everybody can reach high levels of willpower and self-control through a practical method of training. These inner powers are not reserved for a couple of special individuals. Willpower and self-control are 2 of the most crucial and useful inner powers in everybody's life and have always been counted as essential tools for success in all areas of life. They can be learned and formulated like any other skill, yet despite this, only a few take any steps to develop and strengthen them in an orderly way. Willpower is the inner strength to make a decision, take action, and address and execute any aim or task until it's carried out, irrespective of inner and outer resistance, irritation, or difficulties. It contributes the ability to overcome laziness, enticements, and negative habits, and to execute actions, even if they call for effort, are unpleasant and tedious, or are different than one's habits. Self-discipline is the rejection of instant gratification in favor of something finer. It's the abandoning of instant pleasure and gratification for a higher and finer goal. It evidences as the ability to stick to actions, views, and behavior, which lead to improvement and success. Self-discipline is self-control, and it evidences in spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical discipline. The aim of self-discipline isn't living a confining or a restrictive lifestyle. It doesn't mean being narrow-minded. It's among the pillars of success and power. It brings the inner strength to center all your energy on your goal and persist until it's accomplished. Both of these abilities are compulsory for daily actions and decisions, and also for making major decisions and arriving at major success. They're required for doing a beneficial job, for studying, building a business, slimming down, bodybuilding and workouts, maintaining good relationships, altering habits, self-improvement, meditation, spiritual growth, keeping and accomplishing promises, and for almost everything else. Among the most simple and effective formulas to develop willpower and self-discipline is by refusing to fulfill insignificant and unneeded desires. Everybody is constantly confronted and enticed by an endless stream of desires and enticements, many of which are not really crucial or desirable. By learning to deny satisfying every one of them, you get stronger. Refusing useless, harmful, or unneeded desires and actions, and purposely acting contrary to your habits, sharpen and strengthen your inner strength. By ceaseless practice, your inner power grows, just like exercising your muscles at a gym increases your physical strength. In both cases, when you require inner power or physical strength, they're available at your disposal. Here are a few drills. Don't read the paper for a day or two. Drink water when thirsty, despite your desire to have a soda. Walk up and down the stairs, rather than taking the elevator. Leave the bus one station before or after your address, and walk the rest of the way. Hit the hay 1 hour earlier than usual. If you enjoy ice cream, don't have any for a couple of days. These are only a couple of illustrations to show how you can develop your willpower and self-discipline. You might think that practicing such exercises is being hard on yourself, but they add so much to the storage of your inner strength. By adopting a systematic method of training, you can reach far, have more dominance over yourself and your life, accomplish your goals, and improve your life, and gain satisfaction and serenity. Show and prove to yourself that you're strong and in control, and rehearse the above exercises for a bit, before passing any judgment on them. If you prefer to be wealthy, work hard, but also let your inner self work for you by promoting thought and idea in your mind that you've already become rich. Daydream about all those luxuries and services you're going to avail once you're successful. Put down all the positive thoughts you need to cultivate to let your mind work on this positive side. Every idea in your mind works like a thread that gets holds of particular events of your life and controls it to some aspects. Over time you become what you think of, and so it's always important that your views are healthy. Nothing is impossible. 8. Be yourself. There are many ways to feel successful and wealthy. Being who you are. Each human brings an unequaled light into the world, however, often that light remains swallowed up below the surface of the person others see in us. Bringing out that light and letting it shine is among the fundamental steps each individual must take to become a more whole person and thus more successful and wealthy. Mankind often gives up the power of being true to themselves, hiding amidst the shadows of social roles and familiar comforts alternatively. There are a number of reasons we make believe to be something we're not. It's more comfortable, sure, it makes us less creditworthy, correct, it lets others have the comfort of knowing we are no better than them, nothing special to see here, just an average guy or girl. But let me explain to you my side of the story so that you are able to decide for yourself whether it's really worthwhile to come forward, be a unique individual, and to fight for what makes you who you are. The human that shines through when we let go of the champion self has to be watered like a seed is watered before it sprouts. If alternatively, we attempt to build a false persona, then how can we ever hope to bring happiness and freedom and success into our lives? Conquering your true self inevitably leads to a downwardly spiral of self-annihilation. Your true self has always been ready and waiting to come out, and therein is the source of case-by-case power. I'm not talking about the type of power that one has to overcome a country by military strength, nor the power that a mortal has to control others into benefits for themselves, and not even the power of being the leader in a company, a relationship, or a sports competition. I'm talking of the power of being yourself. The power to be yourself isn't measured by how well you are able to defend yourself, but alternatively by how well you are able to express yourself through the limitless creative channels the universe provides. The more you're able to get to know your true self, the better you're able to heal the blockages chopping off your creative energy and hindering your success. Many individuals know their false selves a lot better than their true selves. This admits them the power to be good at something career-wise, to be better than other people at writing, or to be able to attract socially popular partners. I'm just using these as examples, naturally. The point I'm making is that when we get in tune with our genuine self, the immense power, happiness, and freedom that's born lets us express and share ourselves with others. This sharing contradicts the type of reality where life is a rivalry. Instead, it allows us to make a unique and divine donation to the rest of the world and to collaborate in tandem with the universe. This in turn creates success and its own kind of wealth. 9. Becoming accustomed to success. True success may take some getting used to. Learn how to deal with it. Being successful is not a question of how to get there, but how to get used to it. For me, that's the most important discovery about success. Most people resist success because they don't know what to do once they get there. And they even don't know they are there. I actually met hundreds of successful people that didn't even realize that they lived a successful life. Success is attainable and accomplishable for anybody who's the mindset to receive it. Many individuals haven't attained success because they haven't prepared for. That's because if you fail to plan, you plan to fail, or they subconsciously believe that they're unworthy of success. These are the individuals who I want to address first. These individuals who believe that they're unworthy of success, to feel that success is accidental or comes by luck. They don't love or accept themselves and, consequently, don't believe that they should be successful. Here are some suggestions to bear in mind to alter your mindset to accept success. You should quit thinking and feeling as though you are a failure, because this isn't true. You might have failed at achieving something, but you're not a failure. You should separate yourself from your failures and use them as a teaching experience. Discover how to accept and love yourself. How can other people love and accept you, if you don't love you? In a very visual-oriented civilization, many individuals judge themselves based on what they look like on the outside. It's best center on inner beauty. This is because irrespective of how many physical changes you might do, if you don't center on your inner self, then you still will be disgruntled with your physical appearance. When you're around individuals who feel down about themselves, help to lift them up. If you don't, then they'll pull you down with them, and both of you'll wallow in self-pity and insecurity. Don't center on the mistakes you've made in the past, but center on improving on yourself so that you are able to have a better future. This will help to alter your mentality about failures. Failures are not the end of the world if you see it as a lesson in bettering and developing yourself. There's powerful social conditioning that postulates that success is hard. So individuals obey this and stay in difficult spots, waiting for their success to flower. But it doesn't. Because they're on the incorrect definition of success. And that definition can't possibly be right for everybody, mathematically speaking. Bearing a limited set of principles defining success is just not working for everyone. Every human is different, and everybody has an internal mission that will make his life blossom. And they're here to do this with all their power and skills. They're here to be in a bigger and more potent flow of others with their own different skills and anticipations. They're here to be happy, and success is just among the subtle flashing lights that are making them aware of that. Success is a state of well-being. A balance in motion. A personal choice. It isn't a social label. It's not a widely recognized set of criteria that, once met, turn you into a successful human. You're successful when being successful isn't stress any longer. When you're outside that difficult path, socially induced. When you feel correct about what you're doing and when you're doing everything correctly. It may be making money, or it may be traveling the world. It may be doing business, corporate style, or it may be instructing others about being happy. Success is happiness recognized. 10. A last look at defining success. A final look at a different way to view success and wealth. A different look. Do you understand that the more successful you feel now, the more success you'll experience later? What is something you always wanted to do but never took the time to do? For instance, surfing, attending cooking classes, taking a photography class. Have in mind something fun and childly and not something work-related. I suspect that you've spent many years questing for knowledge and education while centering on your career. There are parts of yourself that you've disregarded and are now crying for attention. That's why I ask you, what is something you always wanted to do but never did? Those parts of you are howling to be heard. You have such a depth of wealth, inside wealth, that you are able to tap into and produce a wonderful life from. That wealth is part of the fullness of who you are. Living from the richness of who you are is vital to your success. Success isn't a partial or compartmental phenomenon, but we all treat it like that. Everybody wants to be successful. Success is encoded in our DNA. Among the critical human needs, is the need for meaning in our uniqueness and individuality. This need for meaning drives us to pursue success. All the same, something gets mistranslated in this quest for success. The point is that success is already ours. It isn't something elusive that we prefer to chase after. Instead, it's something that's already ours as it's encoded in each of the cells in our body. Consequently, our objective is to practice success, not quest after it. Let us redefine success. If you look up success in the dictionary, you'll find a definition that says, the attainment of wealth, position, honors, or the like. What is lacking in this definition? Happiness. Deep-rooted in our psyche is a definition of success that includes wealth and honors but not happiness. Perhaps this is why you've felt unfulfilled in your successful job. Our total educational system and socialization are about accomplishing success and wealth and position and honors. Now, your happiness is inviting some space in your life. Did you know that happy individuals make about $1 million more in their lifetime than distressed individuals? Happiness is a habit that's worthwhile producing. Some individuals are naturally happy and some are not. You are able to cultivate habits that will help you create more happiness in your life. As you center on producing more happiness in your life, you'll find that you're also making more money. Look upon it this way: unconsciously have been awaiting your knight in shining armor to ride in on a white horse, and he never got there. You believed your job, your partner, your car, your achievements were your knight. Well, I've breaking news for you. He isn't coming, but you do still get the white horse. Except, you're riding into your life on your white horse and you've been riding it for years unaware. You're your own heroine. For men, you believed you'd experience grand gratification when you were able to furnish for your family. And you did. But that feeling of satisfaction fizzed out and stays elusive. Now what? Your manhood isn't tied to how much income you make. I promise you. This is a myth that men share. You're far more cherished to your family and kids than how much income you make. You're far more cherished to yourself than how much income you make. Wrapping up. Take the time to redefine success for yourself. Include in your definition of success play and laughter. Put happiness in it. Include feeling content and gratification now in it. This is how you draw in and produce wealth. And lastly, enjoy success now, not later. Thank you for watching.